Okay. It chatters. I must take my leave. I got some other IRL stuff to do, so I'll be back on Thursday. Actually, wait, don't I have to wait. There might be some homework I forgot to do from YouTube before I go. Homework is a boomer. Indeed. We have a high MMR Mr. Fantastic gamer that we want you to watch. And I said, oh, really? So I'm down to watch Mr. Fantastic. Mr. WeeJunkio. I tried Mr. Fantastic for like 20 games and had a 45% win rate, and I couldn't feel like I was very impactful. Dude, it's so funny. Watching the left click of all the Mr. Fantastic people just spaz out there. They're like, oh, just fucking freaking out because they have to cleave everything is always goofy. I wonder if you end up playing with like a 2-inch 360 because you constantly have to spin in circles as Mr. Fantastic. It looks like he plays with a billion sensitivity. It does. Oh, that's not bad. As for Mr. Fantastic, if you don't get big form before you ult, you immediately die. So he got big form, and I think he got bubbled before he pops his ult. He gets Mantis for what is essentially the single worst ult in the game with Mr. Fantastic. Nah, actually not the worst. Girl, which might be worse. That's a good trade. Oh, nice hook on the strain. Oh. Honestly, most of Mr. Fantastic's value feels like it just comes from bubbling your teammates and getting pulls. His ult is kind of worthless except for like small like hallways or something and get a huge bounce. And he just kind of exists.
There's still a chance to stop them.
I feel like he's bubbling his hella there because one of the interesting things about Mr. Fantastic is Eing an enemy does like 30 damage, but Eing a teammate does like 60 shield. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's like a giant bubble compared to a small burst of damage. Oh, we got big form. He's never used shift yet. You don't have to. I mean, there's nothing that he wants to shift on yet. Shift's a little bit weird because there's a lot of stuns in Mr. Fantastic's kit, so he's just running him down at this point. He canceled his big mode back there. Yeah, canceling big mode is really popular on Mr. Fantastic if you aren't in range. People cancel it constantly. So right there, you can see his one auto wop. The other issue is this guy plays with literally infinite sensitivity, by the way. The other issue with popping shifts is, so it stuns you on shift. The other problem is you also lose your charge. So I think the combo is 2 left clicks and then like right click EE is supposed to be to get 100 charge. If you shift during that, you no longer get it because you lose energy when you're blocking. So most of the time as Mr. Fantastic, you never want to block because you will lose energy and it'll ruin the break point for you to go big form. So it's just lame. See, now it's just support ult. There's nothing going on, so he's just going to build up big form and wait again. Yep. I can't believe that Psylocke actually chased that far. Now he's going to get big form again with... He should get it within another second of auto. Yeah, there's the auto. Should be another E in a sec. Go big. I'm surprised... Oh, yeah. Okay, there it is. I was literally saying I'm surprised he isn't ulting. I thought he was choosing not to save it. But yeah, he just sends it. And he dies instantly because, well, that's Mr. Fantastic sometimes. If you ult, you die, and sometimes if you don't push shift fast enough, you die. When you land during his ult, you actually get stunned. You can think of Mr. Fantastic's ult as a worse Black Widow ult. Essentially, he's forcing them to all stop. Like because it stacks up a slow on enemies. People always mean about Mr. Fantastic's ult being terrible, but like it isn't that good, but the slow is actually kind of nice. If you start Mr. Fantastic's ult near the end of a support ult and you start the bounces as the support ult is ending, then you'll stack the slow so they can't leave at the end of a support ult. But the problem is you can die really, really fast when you land because you're stunned. After the ult ends, you get stunned. And so he got stunned right there and he couldn't pop his block in time, so he dies. And that was right there, by the way. You saw him do 2 E's on a teammate pre-fight, and then he walks in, 2 autos, right click, he gets big. Most of the time, most E's will be used on teammates like he is there because E does more shield than it does damage, remember? So. Oh, he actually canceled big mode there because they thought he was backing up, but then his Mantis popped ult randomly, so now he's got to go in. I don't think he has enough charges to get us. Oh, he's in an awkward spot. Yeah, he tried to force it after the Mantis popped ult. He tried to force it to make a play happen because they started running him down. But he used his right click and his E charges and canceled big mode. I feel like he's not a DPS, but a tank support hybrid. He is, yeah. He's a very strange character. The weird part is how tanky he is, because his damage in big mode is actually pretty good. And he can really run down tanks like this quite a lot. You can see him trying to cleave down the Loki green runes in between everything else. Also, when you look at games like this is basically the best case scenario of Mr. Fantastic, of like both teams are playing triple support. So all there is this giant infinite HP brawl in the middle of the team. So that means Mr. Fantastic could just go big mode on cooldown and not even worry about potentially dying, because who's going to kill him? It's a Hawkeye one shot. That's the only thing that's probably going to kill him. And then he just runs in and spins his camera around trying to hit as many people as possible. I actually have back here because I want to show you guys. So this is the middle of the enemy support ults, right? So like his, I think they ulted first, and then now the enemy Mantis is ulted in the top left. You can see it. Immediately as the Mantis ends, he pops ult. And forces the Loki, right? So if you ever force a support ult as Mr. Fantastic, you're the happiest gamer in the world. Now they counter support ult, they run in. He's about 1 second from big mode. Oh my god, he actually got... Remember what I said a minute ago? I think he potentially got Hawkeyed. He was like 1 second from big mode. Sensitivity's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's shaking his mouse more than he needs to cleave people. So I think it's actually more disorienting than it should be. But I'll take it. Dodges Magneto ult, comes back. Auto attacks. Run at the tanks. I think his entire goal in this team is legitimately just, if he can trade Mr. Fantastic's ult for one support ult, he wins the game. Because his ult is so bad. Shield's teammate goes big mode. I don't know if they have the... Let's look at the comps, because it's always awkward playing this corner pushed up instead of further back. So you can see he wants to play this left door. He wants to play here. But this guy being this far up, there's no... Like, I think they're about to die, I assume. I actually got out. The Thor, I thought the Thor, you saw the Thor go for the kidnap on the right side. I thought he was just going to kidnap him and just perma CC Strange to kill him. Us against the world. So here he goes big mode. Us against the world. And he cancels it a couple seconds early. So he wants to time his next big mode for the end of the enemy supports. His team died before that, but hey, he tried. His sensitivity makes it a little bit nauseous. Yeah, his sense is he's spinning his mouse even more than he has to, which kind of makes it like almost flashier to cleave, but at least he's not doing the Rhines in Overwatch or more. They actually would 360 spin. He's not 360 spinning yet. I assume that's the next one he's gonna do. I think flicking too fast can mess up the hitbox because I think he has to have smoother cleaves to cleave. Yeah, I think so too. It happened to me a lot anyway. Okay, so he knows they don't have support ult, so he ults in early. Oh, oh. Sorry, it doesn't have, but what's the word I'm looking for? They just use the last one as Mantis, I think. What is it? Dude, he's giving it the proper wiggle, dude. This guy's sensitivity is way too insane.
We are undefeatable.
Oh, his big mode looks to the back. It's so the reason why the wiggle is so weird is because it's not even that he's wiggling on multiple targets. He wiggles on one target just to like freak out even more. You know what I mean? It's so strange because usually, you know, you just cleave, you like look at two targets, but he's like, no, he does that to even one target to make sure he hits him. Oh, he's trying to bounce his teammates to get out here. He did get out. He's fine. Oh, ulting on cooldown. Let's go. This is actually a good one. I mean, they ended up ulting. They trade support ults again. This type of gameplay, though, man, is just like, I gotta say, like, this is probably the best case scenario for Mr. Fantastic. And to be honest, I feel like 90% of the time he does literally nothing. If anything, this is a good example of why triple support is so detrimental to the game. Both teams sit here and they just smack each other the entire time in the front line. No one's dying until someone gets an ult. And so Mr. Fantastic is literally just sitting there holding left click, building ult to hopefully trade his ult for a support ult. And if he does that, they win. But otherwise, all he does is just kind of wait. Reminds you of something, streamer? Yeah, it does, because if any, Mr. Fantastic is a GOAT style character. He really is, right? The thing is, though, I feel like there's more options in this game. I'm not sure. The enemy team just uses 2 support ults. His team uses Mantis. His team's 10% from Loki. Or sorry, enemy team's 10% from Loki. You had it backwards. Enemy team didn't get Loki ult, so they lose that fight. It's like the enemy team has, what, 2 support ults coming in? His team only has Mantis. They did get Mantis in the last 5%. So now it's his job. I ignore the entire gameplay. None of the gameplay in front of you matters. Literally just hold tab and look at ults. This is the sad part about triple support when you start getting down to it. Enemy team pops cloak and dagger all right. Strange is walking up. I believe he's looking for an ult. The Mantis is at 90%, right? So his entire goal is if I ult the Mantis before she ults, we win. So his job, he can't do literally anything. His entire job right now is to sit here and stay alive on point and stall because there's nothing else he can do. He can't do damage. It just stalls. So keep an eye on this Strange. Mantis just got ult. So the Strange went 2 seconds too late before the enemy Mantis got ult, right? So now no one's going to die in the back line. So now what's his job? Remember, he was stalling point. He knows that the enemy support, they have one ult remaining. I have to trade Mr. Fantastic to try and force that ult. That's all he can do. So he forces it. Good job. And now he's back to, you know, back to doing his thing. Now his team, right? His team got one. And now almost the game is soon playable. And now we wait another 10 to 15 seconds and we see who fucks up and who actually dies. Stream, we just look at the top. Yeah, but it's easier for me to sort by tab just because I've played so many times. It's staring at tab. And it turns out Moon Knight is gonna pop ult and kill everyone. Was that Moon Knight's second ult that team fight? I just want to watch this because that was the end of the game. They held because of Moon Knight. Like, it's whatever. Moon Knight sets up pre-honk, sets up top right, looks for backline. Okay. That was Loki, not Moon Knight? Was it? Goes invis. So he does have ult. Yeah, let's see, watch. He's still literally just camping, waiting for a good Moon Knight ult with honk right now. He had like a quarter second delay on placing because the cart messed up placement. They got out. Okay. Is it him or not? His Loki technically is about to have it, but I don't know if he copies him or not. I thought he did a support. Yeah, Loki copied a support. Good. Invis. Oh my god, he didn't invis. Obviously, they hold that because they had better ult trades and blah, blah, blah. But the thing I was trying to get down to was the triple support is annoying not because of players that stay alive, but also because it means the game becomes even more ult-centric than it was because everyone else in the game builds ult off of the invulnerable players. And they just sit there and shoot them the entire time. So like people will just build their ult like 50% or 70% in 15 seconds because they're two target dummies just sitting there holding left click on each other. But he did a good job this game trading for ults and blah, blah, blah. But more of at the end becomes more of talking and you have to have triple support a little bit. And now I must take my leave, chatters. I apologize. I must skedaddle. I'll be back on Thursday. I'll be gone Tuesday, Wednesday. Goodbye.